Hey, it's Tiqqle, and in this video we're going over the latest build for the alpha of Shadowlands. Now specifically we're going to go over some of the skills and abilities that have been added or removed or modified, and including some PvP ones, which I know will get people pretty excited. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And I want to also give a quick shout out again that we're having a Transmog competition on April 26th. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're also going to start giving away one copy of Shadowlands starting this Friday, April 24th, until April 30th. April 30th, we're giving away an Epic Edition to subs only in the stream chest. So come by the streams, guys. Get a chance at the giveaway. All right, let's go ahead and just jump right into it and go one at a time. First off, Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters seem to now get a Mortal Strike. Kind of interesting, and it is now reducing the number of classes and the number of melee in PvP that do not have a Mortal Strike. This is Mortal Rush. Your Fell Rush afflicts targets it deals damage to with Mortal Wound, reducing the healing effectiveness on the target for until canceled. It's now a Havoc ability. That's crazy. Now Demon Hunters, one of the strongest DPSing classes in BFA, pure damage, like insanity, is now going to have a Mortal Strike. I'm a little sad about this change, to be honest. I am a little sad about this change, but it is what it is. Next up, for a PvP change, Guardian Druid. Guardian Druid new, Roar of the Protector. 20% of all damage done to nearby enemies is redirected to you. This effect is disabled when you fall below 35% health. Now, honestly, I thought they were going to remove this from the game, but turns out they did not. Unfortunately, this is still in place. It is going to make Guardian Druid still pretty tough. And very tanky for their entire team. So it is what it is, but that's that. Now, if you look at it, it looks like it costs 1 rage. Now, I'll have to go into the game to check like what this really means, because maybe it costs a certain amount of rage or something, and it's up for a certain amount of time, but it doesn't appear to be so based on the description. Shadow Priest, Shadow Mending. When you cast Shadow Mending twice within 1 second on this same target, you automatically cast Prayer of Mending free of cost on them. So you're going to get a Prayer of Mending out of a Shadow Priest. Okay, that's a healing utility for their team. All right. Warriors. Now, this one is pretty freaking cool. Now, Warriors seem to be getting a lot of utility for their friends and also for themselves, having Spell Reflection baseline, Intervene back, Ignore Pain as a new baseline for Warriors. And now, as a PvP talent, they're getting this, Overwatch. When you intervene an ally, they spell reflect for 5 seconds or until a spell is reflected. This means you're going to be, as a warrior, be able to go to your teammates and reflect spells. You know what I mean? That is really cool, and I can see some really funny memes coming out of that. Demolition reduces the cooldown of your Shattering Throw by 2 minutes. Now, this is kind of interesting. I'm not really sure why, but that's okay. That's interesting. I like the ability Shattering Throw. Shattering Throw, if you didn't know, you can use that in PvP to break bubbles. So if a paladin's bubbled, you can use it on them, breaks it. If a mage is ice blocked, you can pop that. So that's a way to get off bubbles other than just mass dispel. And that was Warrior, just in general. Arms Warrior, Guillotine. You wind up your weapon after 1.5 seconds. You execute all nearby enemies if the enemy is at or below 10 health. This might be a typo or a scaling thing. They instantly die. That's pretty cool too, actually. An execute AoE. That's cool. Now, we will go into the alpha. We'll see if we can get some duels to test this out, but that's pretty exciting so far. Fury Warrior getting Blood Rage. You gain 0 rage over 4 seconds. All snares, roots are cleared from you, but at a cost of a certain percentage of health. Now, this Blood Rage used to be in the game, I'm pretty sure. I think I remember using that app when I used to main a Warrior, but that's pretty cool that they're bringing that back. I don't know if it's that huge of a deal, but Fury Warrior, I think, might need some other things, but that is pretty exciting. That is pretty cool, and these are all new things coming in. The Havoc Demon Hunter one, yeah, PvP talent is a little disturbing, but it is what it is. Now let's go ahead and highlight one of the others changes that is pretty huge. Number 1, Greater Pyro. Greater Pyro is going from no cooldown to a 15-second cooldown, meaning if it goes off, they can't do it again for 15 seconds. 15 seconds is a legitimately long time in PvP. So I do appreciate this. This is, I think this is a nice thing. I personally, I don't think Gpie was the only thing about mages that was making them so crazy good in BFA. There was a lot of things, and, they had their day, but now this being nerfed a little bit, I do appreciate. I actually hope that they do a similar change to Greater Heal from a Holy Priest, because that's similarly, spamming that is a little bit of a meme. So that's pretty cool. And then there were some overall changes to all the different classes. All right, so if we go through this, these are a lot of shifts around with PvP talents. We knew it was coming. We knew it didn't happen yet. Now it's here. So this is now pretty much removed because this is now just a baseline talent. There's a Covenant ability. This was just reworded. Going down to Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters, they lost Glimpse, which was a PvP talent. You automatically gain Blur for 3 seconds after you use a Revengeful Retreat. Then now have Mortal Rush. They lost Solitude, which is an interesting one. When you went off by yourself, you would generate a lot more Fury and have a lot more attack speed. Vengeance Specialization. Okay, they modified a cooldown. PvP talents for Vengeance, Cleanse by Flames. Yep. This can now be used as a Havoc. Interesting. A modulation order dispels all magic effects on you when you're cast. Wait, what? That's crazy. It went from just being Vengeance to being Havoc and Vengeance. This means you get a dispel on yourself like a defuse magic. Whoa, that's cool. Okay. And we won't read the animal powers. There's going to be some changes to the towers. I have some videos about the tower and my runs on Affliction Warlock and on Arcane Mage. We'll put that down below. We won't look at those for now. For Druid, looks like Iron Feather has been removed. Okay. Fresh Wounds as a PvP talent has 100% crit chance if the target doesn't already have Rake on them. Okay, for crit, that's pretty cool. This is a damage over time ability. Rake. Guardian Druid, like we mentioned, this Protector of the Pack was removed for Roar Protector. Hunter, it looks like we won't read the anima powers. Big change has been to Mage. Mage, a lot of things are being shifted to Arcane only. Invisibility has gone from being Arcane Frostfire to Arcane only. Big deal. Temporal Shield going to Arcane only. It's removed from Fire and Frost from PvP talent. Big deal. Mages are getting some defensive smacks in terms of PvP, especially with invisibility. That's rough. Temporal Shield, great. We already know the Gpie. That is very interesting. Wow. Looks like Rising Sun can heal all your enemies for more spell power and extends by 2 instead of 4 seconds. That is a little bit of a nerf. Blackout Kick now costs 1 fewer tree. That Chi. Paladin's protection when you cast Word of Glory on yourself, it heals increased by 300% based on your missing health. That's a self-heal. All right, for Priest, Premonition was removed. This was created and assigned as a baseline. So now Premonition is baseline, is my understanding, for Disc. Holy, let's just take a quick look. Now Holy Spell, Cardinal Mending. That's different. Prayer of Mending is now. So they changed it from Prayer of Mending. That's interesting. Oh, no, this is different. Cardinal Mending. Prayer of Mending now heals. Oh, this is a PvP talent. Prayer of Mending now heals the target for 10%. Other max health, ignoring any healing reduction or effects. Dang. Divine Ascension. Now a holy spell. You ascend into the air out of harm's way while you float. You're able to cast helpful spells. What the... Wait, how high do you fly? Maybe I haven't seen this. Is this in the game now? That's nuts. Cast time has gone from none to instant. Rapid Mending has been removed. Is not in now. Okay, so it's not instant cast. Doesn't jump 10 yards. It's out. Thought Steal, which basically steals a ability from a different class. If you use it on a Mage, you get Polymorph. If you use it on a Warlock, you get Fear, stuff like that. That's gone. PvP talents for Shadow. I know Shadow is... People are saying they need some help. Edge of Insanity has been removed, and it looks like that Shadow Mending one we talked about earlier is in. Now we're going to skip the anima powers. There looks like there's be a lot of things. Priests are not done yet. It's pretty clear. All right, there's a lot of anima powers coming for the tower here. We won't go into the Shamans one. We'll have a different one for that. PvP talents, it looks like Curse of Tongues forces the target to speak demonic, increasing the cast time of all spells by 30 seconds, or 30% for 10 seconds. Specialization is changed to only Demo? Huh. That's interesting move. Huh. Okay. I think I'm not quite understanding this correctly because Curse of Tongue is on it's a baseline. So I'm not sure what this is representing under the PvP talents. Maybe it's not supposed to be there. Curse of Weakness has been removed probably because there is something similar having to do with the attacks, speed and such as a base curse. Kind of interesting. All right. PvP. Yep. All this is the same. PvP talents, the same. All right, let's go down to Warrior. Warrior, we already talked about those changes. Thirst for Blood has been removed. Bloodthirst clears all that. Okay, so they're replacing it with Blood Rage. Interesting. So you're generating Rage instead of spending it on an ability. Okay, reduces the... Yep, we already went through all this. Warriors seem to be the next one in the tower, it looks like. And that's about it. So that's it for the changes, guys. A lot of PvP-focused changes, but mainly for only some classes. You know, we didn't see Rogue in here. We didn't see any of those things. We mainly saw Mage. We mainly saw Warrior. We saw a few other things change here with DH and a little bit of tuning, maybe based on the tower feedback. But in general, this is pretty nutty. The amount of changes that are going in kind of every single week has been really exciting. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I know this is kind of just a raw review of these things, but let me know what you think about specifically the Mage stuff and specifically the DH stuff, the Guardian stuff. This is really the core of those changes. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next video or on stream every day, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for Sundays. See you in the next one. Goodbye.